Hello everybody, and welcome back to another JRCS stuff video, and welcome to 2018. I'm actually recording this on the 1st. I get a day off because it's New Year's Day, and I'm going to say a lot because that's something that I do. So yes, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope you got something RC related as a Christmas present. I just belched into my... what's the opposite side of your elbow? Like in the elbow crease? Anyway. But yes, I received a FreeSky X7S Tyrannus, the lovely blue, and a JR module for Immersion RC Easy UHF. So I've played with it. It looks very nice. I already can tell that I'm going to get on with this a lot more than the Tyrannus regular, because this is like my third ER9X radio, and I still hate the programming. My first one was a 9XR from Hobby King, second one was the regular Tyrannus, and I got the X7S, which is a much nicer built thing than the X9, which is really weird. Yeah, we'll see how I go with that. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Videos on that and things like that. So sort of an overview of the channel. If you don't know, I uploaded the first video to this channel on the 3rd. I'm trying to get this one to upload on the 3rd, just like a nice anniversary. And sort of over until from I suppose the 3rd until the 1st of January, so a year. We have 39 lovely subscribers, over 10,000 views, 10,815, 69 videos before this one, which is fantastic for many reasons, which means I actually uploaded more than once a week, because there's 53, 54 weeks in the year, so I did technically upload more than one video a week, which is nice. For, I suppose, most of the year I've tried to keep on a video every Friday. Hasn't happened as much recently because work, because I work in customer services, well, technical customer services, has been very busy. Not as much as sales. Sales have been ruined. But yeah, because I work in that field, especially going into the new year, it's going to get very busy. I'm doing some long shifts for the next week until the weekend, when it's my weekend off. But yes, channel-wise, it's doing okay. And by the way, I'm not sure what's going to be in the background of this video. It might just be a black screen. It might be some sort of picture. But anyway, so what about channel changes as going into second year? I have had a year to sort of experiment. What's going to happen? Well, no more mailbag. That was already sort of being wound down a little bit towards the end of the year. But I wasn't doing like everything I got in being a mailbag video, because they get no views. And what was nice about them is it was sort of a filler, because basically, especially with the first one, so it's your webcam on top of a monitor being pointed down at the desk. It was videoing me doing something I was going to do anyway. The only extra work was setting the recording stuff up and crossing out my name on the address labels, or name and address on the address labels. So it was sort of great sort of starting content and filler content. They're very easy to make, because as I say, it takes me 5 minutes to get into something. If I double the time of that, because of faffing around talking about stuff, it goes to 10 minutes. It's, not that bad. And also I do enjoy sharing cool and interesting stuff. So while there's going to be no mailbags, I do want to do sort of more product highlights come review videos. I sort of did one review video, which was the Hobby King long range system, where I just said it's pants, don't buy it, it's dangerous. But actually like proper reviews where here is an item I bought which I think is brilliant, whether it be like the cheapo Banggood cameras, the Hobby King battery buzzers, things like that. I also want to do more how-tos. Pretty much for the whole of that year I was saying I was going to do a simple FPV tutorial. If that's not done by the end of 2018, I deserve shooting, because the amount of times I've said I'm going to do that, it will happen eventually. Possibly might do it for the S800, because I'm building that now, as you've seen by the part 1 of the build going up. And that sort of moves on to the next thing I want to do more of. I want to do more as we go build videos. Great thing, I now have iPhone X, so I have a good camera and 256 gigs of space, so I can actually record stuff on it. My old iPhone 6 had no space. It was a 16 gig one that was like, I filled it within 2 months of owning it, and ever since was just getting complaints from, you're out of space, you're out of space. That was fun for 3 years. That's going to be good. It means that while it's not like massively professional, I suppose, it's not like it's mounted on a tripod, sorry, like above the desk or anything like that. The great thing is that I already take my phone and a speaker into the workshop with me, so if it's there, I literally just stop watching whatever I'm watching or whatever I'm streaming or podcast or whatever, and go camera and go, here's what I'm doing. I'm simulating it now, but you can't see it. Here's what I'm doing, blah 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 blah, and things like that. So there'll also be build overviews where I've just sort of gone, sod it, I want to get it finished and done it, and I'll explain afterwards about how the build went. There's still going to be those, because honestly, I know my personality, and that is something that will happen. There's also going to be more sort of challenge videos. I'm doing air quotes here, which you can't see. So for example, I finally got from Banggood the Zoe HD Dart, actually in kit form. And we're going to be doing a slightly different build with that. It's not just going to be another glue it together, fly it. Yes, it's a good plane, because with some slight weird tendencies, because that's already been documented plenty of times. I'm going to be doing something slightly different with it. I'm not going to mention what that is, because I'm going to wait until the unboxing video where I'm going to say what the thing is. So yes, while no more mailbags, unboxings are still a thing. Because it's actually, especially like in the kit version, it's like, well, plug and play version is sort of well documented, but the kit version not so much. So what exactly do you get in the kit version? What do you need to get separate? Important things like that. Now, separate point, I actually got a comment about this recently on the channel. Can't remember the guy's name, sorry. But it's sort of like, no flight videos, question mark. The reason why I don't do flight videos is because where I fly, like, I don't know, I've been flying there since I was like 5, and I'm 20, so, like, it'd feel weird to suddenly introduce a camera. Now, with the days getting longer now, since it's gone past December the 21st, 22nd, I believe is when it starts getting longer, something like that, it means that, like, on my way to work, especially because this sort of, after February it sort of dies down a little bit, like, I can sort of possibly do videos on, like, the way to or the way from work, because I know people who own some of the land, some of the relatives, in fact, that have the land next to the roads that I go to work on. So it's like, if I finish at 5, it's like, well, I could fly till 8 or 9, you know, 4 hours flying some of the small stuff about, and could make videos on that more easily. Another thing that sort of delays those is the fact that I don't show my face, if you haven't noticed, because if this was any other channel, they would probably be speaking into the camera now, instead of it being black screen or picture or whatever the hell is on your screen at the moment. But I don't, like, I've taken 5 selfies in my life, and 2 or 3 of those for passport photos. I'm just not very comfortable with myself, which is sort of something I'm doing personally, as like a New Year's resolution-y type thing, which New Year's resolutions have been things that I mostly followed, because I mean, New Year's resolution was this channel, which is quite good. I mean, it wasn't as best as other things I've done for like a New Year's resolution, but this came from a New Year's resolution, so they are. So yeah, I want to do them. I just need to get confidence in myself / get a place to do it. So they will happen if they happen, and when they happen. So sort of moving on, what's going to be coming soon? Well, there's going to be some videos on the X7R from someone who hates the OpenTX. That's the proper name for it, OpenTX software, because trust me, I do. That's going to be interesting. Of course, stuff that's currently being built at the moment. Got the S800 wing. That's now got both wings on. There's going to be like over bits and then working on bits when that stuff happens with that plane. We've also, of course, got the Great Plains rifle. That's the potlinery, sort of looks like fiberglass. Technically is, I suppose, in some places fiberglass. That's been worked on somewhat. It's now got a beck in it and the elevator servo, and the tail can now actually be put onto it. So that's fun. That's almost done. Like, it needs a spinner and a propeller and some final fettling, and it's done, which is exciting because now it's over 6 months old, because I got it for my birthday, which is middle of June. So there we are, 6 months old. There's going to be some more mini Talon content, because that isn't finally finished. The reason why you haven't heard, basically what happened with that is, first flight it almost ended in pieces. Second time it did, from completely different faults. both sort of overlooks on my part, slash it being a new plane, not knowing what to do. And of course, other planes we've got behind me: Hyperbipe, Micro Skyhunter, Bix 3, My Twin Dream, got the Dart now, and there's another plane on the way, basically because I had a load of Banggood points, and they were saying that some of them were going to expire, so I decided to spend all my Banggood points and buy this plane, because it was pretty much the only plane left on Banggood that I was interested in purchasing. And they're in the UK, actually, cheaper than in China, so, and I got like £15 worth of points, so, like when it plane's like 50, 60 quid, it's quite a chunk off, so I went, buy it. And yes, and we've got other things like the diversity setup in the goggles, things like that. Going into next year, plane wise, maybe by the end of the year I'll buy a mini Drac. Maybe, what scares me with a mini Drac is the fact that I've never built a plane like it. I've never built a traditional flying wing. I was thinking that before I get that, I would get one of the Flying Wings. Flying Wings is a company in the UK, and build that, because it's very similar build style. Just like I wasn't like, even if the setup I put in it wasn't brilliant, it's just I want to make sure that I can fly, like build the damn thing. Like as long as I can build it and it flies straight and like decently well. Even if I don't like it or whatever, then that's fine. I'll like sell it on or I'll give it to somebody or whatever. But I just want to make sure that I can build it properly before I go and spend £175 plus on a foam kit that builds the same way. First time go at things and cocking things up. It's just not something that I want to do, because £175 is a lot of money. But yes, there's that. I also would like a new 3D plane soon. I've been considering another Voltager, the Mark II, see about the improvements, but I mean something being like, I still fancy a Kiki Yak. One of the new Premier aircraft, 30cc, make it electric. But like that'd be another thing, it'd be like a big project on the channel, like I'd try and do as many episodes of it as possible. But then you might not see the flight video because it would only be flown at my main flying site, unless I like made a special exception or something like that. There's other things, like I'd love to show some of my older planes, like Extreme Flight Extra 300 and my Hangar 9 Beast 100 that I share with my dad and things like that, but it's all flown at the main site, which I feel weird about bringing cameras onto. But yes, other than that, that's more or less it. Please feel free to share in the comments any feedback or anything that you have, any comments. Tell me what you got for Christmas plane wise, that'd be interesting. But yes, other than that, not really a lot. I've been rabbiting for 13 minutes, so I believe that's long enough rabbiting for me. But yes, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe if you're new and you've somehow found this video as the one that's introduced you to the channel. God knows how that works. But anyway, see you all in the next one. Bye bye.